And welcome, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Renegade Roundtable podcast here. I am Jeffrey Kirby. As always, each and every week, we're joined by Jared. Jared, how in the hell are you?
Oh, man. Doing great.
Welcome back.
One of the best weekends I could say I had in a long time.
There you go.
It is all I could say. That, a couple of reasons why. We can talk about it now to get it over with, Kirby, or we can wait till the end. Depends how you feel. Because, you see, the reason why I'm wearing what I'm wearing today is just to remind Kirby of who's better.
But you know what? Honestly, as much as the shit talking that I was doing, and of course that's what I'm going to do, at the end of the day, we were playing with house money. And we're obviously talking about the ALCS. We're playing with house money. The fact that we made it there, I was happy with that. So, and deep down, I was never going to admit it out loud, but I knew that you guys were going to win. Although I did think that you guys were beatable.
Oh, everyone's beatable. I think.
Well,
so.
I mean, there are certain teams where it's like, now to talk about different sports. It's like when it's like basketball. It's like the 2017 Golden State Warriors. It's like, you're gonna have to be perfect and then have some luck. The Yankees, I didn't feel like it, the Yankees was like. We had the opportunities to beat you guys, but we bit ourselves in the ass. We shot ourselves in the foot a little too much. And then Juan Soto decides to send an absolute moonshot, which that was just that one hurt. But other than that, let's go Dodgers.
Of course, shocker. Why am I not surprised? World Series starts tomorrow, in case anybody wants to know. Starts tomorrow night. Game 1. It's Garrett Cole versus Jack Flaherty. I think that is Game 1.
Let's go Dodgers, baby.
Disgusting that you would.
MLB finally gets the World Series that they want.
Oh my God! Here we go, man.
They finally.
It's our time. Now let's win it all.
Nah, it's Shohei Ohtani's time.
No. That's We'll neutralize him. Don't worry.
Oh, don't. He's going off on y'all.
We got playoff Stanton. We got playoff Juan Soto. I can't say much about Judge. Judge did some of his things here and there, but
real quick, I'm gonna say this, and then I know we're gonna get into football. This is just how we have to handle this real quick. So I know someone with that. So I'm doing I know someone that knows someone, but. I know someone who is very close to someone that's in the pitching staff for the Guardians. Needless to say, they always say there's something that they have on Judge. And you notice that historically Judge has not been the greatest ever against Cleveland.
No.
There's a reason for that. It's because they have something specific. I don't know what that is. Obviously, they were going to tell me, which, I mean, obviously, I don't expect them to. But
why would they give out the secret?
Exactly. Obviously, I'm not expecting that, but they say that there's something that they just know against Judge, and historically that's worked. But, all
right,
let's go Dodgers. All right, now back to the regularly scheduled programming. Why everyone is here. So Jared,
yep.
You and me last week had to have an interesting conversation. And
yeah.
Well, first and foremost, Mr. Hunter Osborne here, my guy, says, well, what do we have here? Hunter, well, what do we have here? We have a team that A, knows how to win. And B, looks like your guys' season is now going to be is going to be better now. I'll just keep it at that. But back to you, Jared. You were very adamant on not wanting to see Russell Wilson out there. You wanted to see Justin Fields still.
Yep. I could admit I was wrong, but things happen. I like to be proven wrong in a good way. But that first half was not looking pretty. I'll tell you that much.
The first drive, it's like, all right, they go down and get a field goal. It's like,
all right.
Okay.
I was
second straight. Is that the second or third straight game that it's like, all right, they start out, they go out with points.
with 3 points. It's never 7. I want it to be 7 one day.
I want it to be 7, but if you're gonna look at it from positive, anytime you can start out your first drive with points, you'll take. I'll never complain about points.
Yeah.
And then after it was three straight drives on offense of absolutely putrid offense.
Oh man, and the fans couldn't hold it back. I knew it was coming. And then once that turnover came, that was the momentum of the game right there. When Beanie Bishop picked off the ball, it looked like it was one-handed.
It was. That was a hell of a play by Beanie Bishop. And then from that moment on,
it just went forward. The momentum took over, and that's real right there. Momentum does change the game, just like that. I commit I was wrong, but I want to say this: Russell Wilson, he did his job. Yeah, some of the balls were definitely the receivers making the play. I'll just tell you that much. They were.
Sometimes that's the kind of sometimes the throws you have to make are just you got to throw it over there and make and have the receivers. They got to go make a play. And when you have someone like George Pickens, who is one of the best, if not the best in the NFL at that kind of play, that's what you have to do. That kind of moon ball that I know you didn't get to hear it, but that's what Chris Collinsworth kept on referring to those passes as his moon balls.
Yeah.
That they were work. We know that he is very good at those, and those were working. It gives the receiver a chance to go out and make a play. That's exactly what they did on a multiple of occasions.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, Freiermuth got a one-handed catch over the little moon ball. It was pretty, like I said, the receivers made some plays. I'm just saying. I know Russell Wilson was first game back, a little bit rusty overall, but he made some throws, made some good throws in this game as well. Pretty much good, very good first game, and first game to get 30 points. Back-to-back weeks is a pretty good thing.
Yeah, and you know what? This is the best that we've felt about the offense. Remember how we felt last year between the Bengals game and then the Seahawks game right after. You're thinking it was, oh shit, hey, we're onto something here.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting that feeling again, but at an even better level. Yeah,
like I said, after the first half, the offense got better. The O-line was getting beat in the first half. They were not letting Russ Wilson, have time in the pocket, which makes Russell Wilson have to mostly get sacked. It is what it is. That's the only downside. He's not really mobile like Justin Fields, but you take what you get with a better passer as of Russell Wilson. He made some throws, threw touchdowns. Yep. He threw 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing in the end zone. It's a good win, and then we got one more before the bye. Then it's the Giants this Monday night, and then that week, this bye is probably the perfect timing to have it. I'm just gonna be straightforward. Everyone gets hopefully more healthy, gets that week off, and then go against most likely, depending on how Jaden Daniels is.
I was gonna say, could we pretend? I personally, right now, I'm predicting that he's going to be back for that game. But we'll have to. That's obviously something we're gonna have to monitor. And one thing that is kind of funny about things, the one thing that I really like to see too was Devontae Adams. He got neutralized. Only 3 for 30, and it's hilarious that he gets beat as a Raider, gets traded to the Jets, and then gets beat by the Steelers again. Dude got beat by the same team twice in 1 week in a span of 7 days.
It's crazy. Listen, man, he wants to be there. Good for him. It is what it is. We see what happens. It's I'm just happy we won. It is because it was.
Would we call this eventually the second straight stress-free game?
Towards the end, yeah.
Like when I say stress-free game, I mean at the end, 5 minutes left to go, we're not stressing our ass off.
No, not really. Really, towards the end of the fourth quarter, people weren't, you know, that stressed. I would say, the first half it was stressful.
Oh, right.
You heard the crowd already after the first couple drives asking for Fields to be on the field, which is insane. I thought about it too, but let me see a little bit more, and then I said let's hopefully get a turnover. Turnover happens with Beanie Bishop, and it said if Russ wants the job, he has to score on this drive, and he does score, before halftime. Then I was like, all right. Russell Wilson is leading.
Let me ask you this, because I want to know the answer to this. During the player introductions,
it was a mixed feeling. If you're talking about Russ,
I was going to say, was it a very, a lot of boos, but also a lot of cheers?
It was a mixed reaction for Russell Wilson on the field. The most hyped was probably Pickens and Najee Harris running onto the field.
Which, I mean,
it made sense, but it was a mixed reaction. I'm cheering whoever runs out of the tunnel for the quarterback. You don't boo your quarterback that's running out of the tunnel.
Exactly.
It's insane. Insane to me.
Unless you're another team within our division who also had that happen to their quarterback.
Well.
And by the way, let me say this about good old number 4 over in Cleveland. If you guys didn't see, well,
oh my God, it was nasty.
Tore his Achilles, and as someone who can sympathize with someone who had Achilles surgery, it is not fun.
I see it.
As much as he is a piece of shit human being, and I don't care what kind of flag I get for saying that. I really do not care. He is a piece of shit human being. But I do hope nothing but the best for him in terms of his recovery. I am curious to see how that whole situation is going to be handled moving forward.
It's scary. It is scary. It's probably going to be now. Hopefully they let Jameis Winston start, right?
And that's why now, Hunter, I don't know if he's still in. He may not be still in here, but he commented this earlier. Said, "Joke's on you. I don't want to win anymore." But that would be the most Browns thing ever. It's like, all right now you guys have on track for the first or second overall pick, but knowing you guys are the type of team that would go out and win a shit ton of games and get 7-10 or whatever, 8-9 somehow, and go and get a middle teens to a late teens pick. That would be a Cleveland Browns thing to do.
It would be, but man, that I was watching the game live, from at the casino. I was like, I saw it. You see that Achilles just pop, and you knew right away.
It was like remember when KD? I guess Toronto. It was the same thing. You could just see. I was like, oh my!
I just couldn't watch it again. I was like, it hurts.
What was I? So I was in my car I got into my car, just turned my car on because I was getting ready to go golfing. Shocker. Absolute shocker. And I turned my car on. First thing I hear is because 92.3 pops on to sports radio here in Cleveland. It's just natural. It just pops on. And the first thing I hear is, Deshaun Watson is down. I'm like, oh. So I immediately pull up my phone, go to the live stream, and then I hear non-contact. I'm like, oh, anytime you hear non-contact, that's never a good thing.
No.
And then as I turned on I put on my phone to watch to see what happened. I saw what happened. I was like, oh, yep, that's not that. He's done for.
So
now, one thing that I will say. The one thing that I will say, as much as what I just said about Deshaun Watson, the fans in the crowd cheering him being injured, that's bullshit. I don't care who it is when it comes to you don't cheer for someone being injured. Whether it's against your team, against a rival or not. Ohio State last year, as an Ohio State fan, was Zach Zinter last year broke his leg. Now, granted, I wasn't at the game, but I wasn't going to sit there and be happy and cheer that Zach Zinter broke his leg for Michigan. I wasn't going to do that. That's just something you do not do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, for the fans that did just completely cheer on. Oh, actually, put that out again. For those people that were cheering that on, nah, that's not cool. That's bullshit.
Health is a scary thing. It's a risk. That these players are doing every week to play the game that they love. Them to make their it's their job to make their money. They put their health on the line every week because you don't know what's going to happen every time you go out there on the field. Anything can happen.
One play. Okay, who's the we'll have to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, in terms of technology and all that, he's going to make a full recovery.
Yeah.
But could that potentially be his last play that he ever plays in the NFL? You never know.
Really, that low? We're going that low? You think it'll be the last play?
No, that is a huge conversation that is here in Cleveland. That is a huge conversation that's being had. Because
you think they just cut him right away?
That might be part of it is because all right, now do they just bite the bullet, take all the dead money, cut him, and then is there a team that with the way how bad he's been, is there any team that's going to want him?
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, now the dude has more money than God himself. That dude has more money than any of us will ever have. But all right, back to our team. I'm done talking about the Cleveland shits.
Yeah.
Back to our team and back to a winning team. How about that?
A winning team is all I care about.
But yeah, it was nice to see the offense. Like you said, it was nice to see the offense go out there, look good. Najee Harris had another 100-yard game. We had 400 yards of total offense.
Yeah.
Let's go. That was you get 30 points in a win.
Yep.
Najee Harris goes over 100. You score or you get 400 yards of total offense. That's the trifecta.
And GP had 100 as well.
GP had over 100 and a touchdown. Everything. Van Jefferson scored a touchdown.
Hey, congrats, Van. Good job, Van. I'm happy for you. Very happy for you.
One thing, and I'm going to continue to do this every week.
Oh, boy.
No. It's a very good thing. It's a very good thing.
Okay.
Deshaun Elliott.
Oh, yeah.
That dude is starting to become, he's becoming one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The dude is just, he balls out. That dude is he's balling out. Obviously, we know about Beanie Bishop. He balled out. Peyton Wilson, he led the team in tackles this week. It was nice to see Alex Highsmith back out there.
It helped a lot.
Ogunjobi had himself a sack. Yeah, or no, he did. Oh yeah, he did. He did have a sack.
Larry, at the very beginning, he had a sack. Yes, he did.
Danny Smith.
Oh man,
that whole leverage bullshit penalty that was annoying as hell. But the fact that the special teams get second week in a row, is that second or third week in a row that we've had a block of some sort? Because we had a blocked punt last week in Vegas. We had a blocked field goal. We should have had 2 blocked field goals this week.
Yep.
It's been
actually it was an extra point block
or an extra same thing. I don't care. That's my agenda.
Well, listen, it wouldn't let them go for 2 if there was no flag that happened.
That pissed me off. Did we have a block against Dallas, or am I losing my mind?
You were losing your mind.
Okay, we did. I couldn't remember. But the fact that you have back-to-back blocks like that in back-to-back weeks is, and it's been huge.
Oh, it's critical plays. It's been very huge. Very huge for the special teams to come around. My only, all in all, after a win, my only criticism, we need to start faster. We need to start on a first quarter, basis. After the first drive was great. After that, it was just sluggish. Every time the past, it's been shown the Steelers come out in the second half. Is when things really, start to, move in motion. we just need to start faster. That's my only criticism for this game is we need to start faster. Everyone hates the slow starts. We all hate them too. But that's why there's 60 minutes in a football game. It takes all 4 quarters to win.
Yeah, I agree with the fast start. You would like to see that more. And who's to say that now? Now, granted, with what we've said about Russell Wilson, he looked down the stretch. He looked phenomenal in that game. It was really good to see. But I do want to. I gotta hold myself back a second and say, all right, can we see this continue on? Can we see this grow? Because if we go, who's to say that we go back out there and this offense looks like it did against Dallas?
Yep.
It as easily as we can make a little bit of improvement, it could just come right back down and where it's like, oh shit, here we go again.
It looks like we're playing the Giants on Monday night.
Which that defensive front is I mean, they got the league leader in sacks and Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah. Sexy Dexy.
Yeah.
Brian Burns.
Brian Burns. They got some guys. They got some dudes.
They got some dudes on defense. Their offense, they got Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors, that's definitely someone that you're going to have to figure out. But other than that, now watch out for Daniel Jones in terms of his legs. As someone that he's underrated when it comes to that. He's definitely someone that can extend plays and he can burn you with his legs in terms of getting first downs.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, the fact that did you see that the what was it, NFL.com or whatever, they all voted for the Steelers to win this week? That scares me.
Everything, it's a Monday night game. The Steelers should win this game, as we all say. They
historically do well on Monday Night Football at home.
Mm-hmm.
You got the color rush.
Yep.
They
should, we entered that. Listen, I talked to my friend about this even before the Jets game this whole week. If Russell Wilson wants to be the starter, he's got to win these 2 games, going to the bye week. I guess they'll talk about it, think about it. They'll probably keep Russ as a starter. It has to be like show out wins. And Russell Wilson, second half he showed out.
It's at the point now where if they go back to Justin Fields,
that's it.
Over. That's it.
That's it. That's literally it. Literally tell him Russell Wilson has to win 1 or 2 of these games. He has to win this one too.
And they won this one in emphatic fashion.
Yep.
Now go out there if you could get this one done and have just Russell Wilson own the state of New York, or New Jersey, but New York.
Yep.
That would be great. Go into the bye, you go into the bye having some confidence, being able to get healthy, get guys ready to go, and then you go into the quote unquote gauntlet.
Hopefully, get some guys back after the bye week, is what I'm really excited for.
Yes,
I'm
going to be curious to see what happens with Dante Jackson this week. He did not. It seemed like he did not dress today in terms of practice. See what goes on with him tomorrow. That's going to be someone that we're going to have to watch out for because he's been hooping a little bit as well.
He hasn't been practicing this whole week. He didn't do yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't practice today, but and if he does practice tomorrow, then we can see where that's going to go.
That means CJ Henderson's going to play, most likely.
Oh, you got James Pierre, too.
Yeah, but there's a reason why they brought up I guess they don't want anyone to push CJ Henderson as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we'll see him play, but it just sounds like Dante Jackson. I don't think he's going to play Monday night. I don't think so. With the bye coming up too, I don't think you risk it. Don't risk it at all.
All I know is I'm looking at this from a selfish standpoint.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, I'm going to the Ravens game in a couple weeks as well in Pittsburgh. As of now, the Sunday night game is Colts Jets. There is the talk of potentially the Ravens Steelers becoming Sunday night football.
It's a more competitive game.
Please, I'm begging you. I've always wanted to go see a nighttime Steeler game. It's the reason why I almost went to the Giants game this week, but I decided not to. Mm-hmm. I would love to go and see a nighttime game there, Sunday Night Football. Oh man, that would be electric.
No, it's gonna be cold. Cold.
Well, see, Jared,
Hey, listen.
I know that you don't like your definition of cold and my definition of cold are two different things. To you, 65 degrees is considered cold, and you guys have your Uggs and your North Faces and your beanies going. It's currently right now. What is it outside? Currently outside of my house, it is 58 degrees outside, and I'll be in shorts. But even then, we're used to the cold up here. We're good. I'll be if it's gonna be 40 degrees, 30 degrees, it don't matter. I'm used to it.
I know you are.
You, on the other hand, you might. I don't know how you'd handle the cold like that.
Gotta layer up. But the weather was beautiful Sunday night. I'll tell you that much. It was not that cold at all. I think it was 50 during the game, or 50s it was, and then
so a little nippy, but that would be about it.
Yeah, and then went down to the 40s after the game. It was a good weather game, very good.
That's why you have to consume some alcohol to help.
I definitely did. I'll tell you that much.
Probably not the way that I did at my trip, but
probably not. But I did. But Steelers, hopefully Jonte Jackson's good. If you don't think he's ready, you don't have to play him. Like I said, it's only one game, then the bye week. Take an extra week off. Hopefully we get Nick Herbig back after the bye, get some of these players back. If Zach Frazier's still not ready, to put Ryan McCollum for another week. You get him back after the bye.
Cordero Patterson's back at practice after a couple weeks. So you're and then now you know what? It's time to have another conversation.
Oh my gosh, I already know where this is going. Does this involve another rumor being brought up within the past, let's say a couple days maybe?
Oh, absolutely.
The trade deadline's coming up here in a couple weeks, right? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I don't remember. It's got to be 2 weeks, I think.
Hey, Coop.
There we go.
How you doing, buddy? Come over.
It's crazy that the Vegas odds has us as the favorite, huh?
Now, here's where I think this deal versus the Devontae Adams deal becomes a little bit different. Mm-hmm. Where it's more likely that this deal could potentially happen.
Mm-hmm.
The money part. The Rams are willing to take on some money.
How much is the money is the question.
I don't know. But in terms of what we have in terms of the cap space, it makes it more realistic that we could potentially go after him.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see him. I believe they play tonight. I believe the Rams play tonight.
They do.
On Thursday Night Football. You could bet your ass I will be absolutely locked and loaded in.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, I will say I'm rooting for Cooper Kupp, but I'm hoping he has a good game because then I'll know that he's good when he comes to Pittsburgh. I'm also rooting for the Vikings in this game because if the Vikings win this game, then the Rams go to 2-5, and then they're going to be more willing to trade him. And so, you got to look at the different factors right now.
Yeah. No, I understand. And wasn't there rumors that the Vikings want to trade for Stafford? I don't know if that was real or fake, but
no, I didn't see that, and I highly doubt it's real.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, they're wild. They're 5-1 now.
5-1, yeah. And then hopefully after tonight they are 6-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that would be helps the brand, helps the culture.
Well, it just influence the trade a little bit much quicker. Is that what you're trying to hopefully get out of?
Absolutely.
Now, how many years left does Cooper Kupp have?
That's the third time is a charm.
Yeah. How many years does Cooper Kupp have
left on his deal?
Yeah. If we trade for him, is he a 1-year rental? Is he 2 or 3 years? What are we looking at?
Oh,
Because that's the question.
yeah. So it looks like we would have him for 2 more years.
2 years.
So
Okay.
2.5 years.
Alrighty. So a second round pick is what you want? Or could I'll give you a conditional third round pick. How about that? There
That
you
can
go.
move up to a second round pick if
Yeah. If he makes the Super Bowl or makes a or is it all I don't know Pro
yeah,
Bowl,
if something like that. Oh yeah, I'd be willing to do that.
something like that, and take some money. Yeah, we'll see what happens. They definitely still need definitely still need a receiver too. Even though Van Jefferson got made a couple plays, he got a touchdown, got a couple first downs here, but need a wide receiver too next to George Pickens.
Yes.
Need somebody because beginning of the drive also Calvin Austin, you can't drop that ball that second drive.
Yeah, that one hurt.
That one really hurt a lot because then that would have kept the drive going, and you never know what could happen. But that wide open drop ball cannot happen. Cannot happen. He redeemed himself later in the game. He got a wide open ball, which he had nobody around him. But
yeah, that was a beautifully little design play that with the crosser or whatnot. So,
So other than that, happy with the Steelers. I'm happy I finally saw a win in person, and after a long little drought, St. Kirby got his win last week. I get my win this week.
Let's go.
And then shout out to my friend Jacob. He got his first win ever in Pittsburgh. He hasn't seen one. He's been to the tie for the Lions game, and then I think that was it. Yeah, the Lions game was the tie, and then he saw them in Tampa where they won a couple years ago, but never saw a win in Pittsburgh. So I was happy for him, and happy for him from winning his bet. Very happy for him.
I'm contemplating because I would assume that that tickets for this game might be cheap. I'm gonna look into it right now. I'm contemplating wanting to go to the Browns Steelers game here in Cleveland, just because.
Yeah, you're only right down the road.
Yeah, I haven't been to a Browns Steelers game in Cleveland since the Myles Garrett Mason Rudolph game.
Like I said, you're right down the street.
Oh yeah, tickets are cheap to this game. Oh yeah, tickets are cheap to this game. Oh, I might, because usually when I go to Cleveland, like I just kind of just buy cheap tickets, just get me in the game. Hell, at this point, at this rate, I might actually go and be able to splurge a little bit and get me a lower bowl ticket.
No, I always try to go for lower bowl if possible, but
yeah, well, some of us aren't rich like you, bud.
Okay, alrighty, chill out. Other than that, very happy with the Steelers. Hopefully, they should win Monday night, go into the bye, rest up, and then play the Commanders the following week. Take care of business. Get the job done. That's all that matters.
Yes.
Go
ahead.
I said just get the job done. Do whatever it takes.
Yeah, exactly. You get the job done, go in the bye, 6-2, you feel great. And then in a couple weeks after that, you'll be able to have your first look at a divisional opponent where things will really get interesting within the let's not forget too that the Steelers are going to be part of the in-season Hard Knocks.
Yeah, it's very true.
That's going to be interesting to watch with the AFC North. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. That'll be a fun watch.
It's gonna be very interesting. The second half of the season, it's gonna be, man, a lot of questions, but could be answers. If we go into 6-2, we're pretty much 3 wins away from another winning season for Mike Tomlin. Already thinking that far ahead. The Steelers, hopefully, could make the playoffs, and they, should, but we'll see what happens. We'll take it 1 week at a time.
Yeah. But other than that, I think that might be about it for this week. Yeah. Unless you got anything else that you want to get into?
Shout out to basketball. Basketball's back.
Shout out to the
NBA
Jazz.
season.
Got a win last night.
Both of our teams won last night. His Cavs beat I think it was the Raptors last night.
Raptors.
And then the Magic beat the Miami Heat. A 30-point blowout.
I'll say ours was a 30. Yeah, ours was a 30-point blowout too.
2 30-point blowouts. Just shows who's the better team right now in the beginning part of the season. We'll see what happens, but I'm just happy basketball's back. It's another sport to watch. This weekend is going to be great for sports. You got the World Series on tomorrow. You got football this weekend, and you got basketball starting right back up, and hockey. All 4 sports are back for a little bit. Very exciting.
But one sad season that's going to an end is my golf season.
Yeah,
it's coming to an end. It's a sad time.
The winter is coming. I know. It's very unfortunate.
I know that you guys, you could, if you wanted to, you could send me a video of you golfing in January if you wanted to. Bastard.
Yeah,
but other than that, I do want to say again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, smash the like button, hit the red subscribe button, drop a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on X, make sure to go follow me right there. I'm Jeff_Kirby412. He's over here somewhere at right there. Boss_Sanchez98.
Yeah,
and
follow us here and subscribe on YouTube. Do both.
Yes, do both. Both of them.
Both, please. It would help us a lot.
And until then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Go Steelers and go Dodgers. Here we go. Peace out, everyone.